Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing new makeup releases and are they going on my wish list? This series is inspired by Samantha March and her Will I Buy It series. I will link that information down below, as well as the community playlist where all different kinds of creators post their take on the Will I Buy It series, and I will also link the Instagram accounts where I find different information. So today is the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July weekend. I did film this look today. It is with the Riviera palette. It's kind of my take on a 4th of July look, so it will be coming up in that 3 Looks 1 palette. The first thing I want to talk about today is this palette here. This is the Lickin Beauty Next Edition. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. I had just a black and white layout and we kind of talked about what we thought the shades might be. I talked about what the shades might be. But this one has got mattes, shimmers, and duochrome shades, and this is just a sample. So I think these are all the shades that are going to be in it, but not necessarily with their names. So it's a pretty palette. It is not going on my wish list. I think I own that palette already in different things, but that lime green is so pretty. But that's what I would want the palette for, and I think I probably own a lime green, so this is not on the wish list, but it's here. It's very beautiful. I do not have a price on it right now or a launch date. This is really interesting. So in the past, way past, we've talked about Storybook Cosmetics, and it sounds like they've had some issues with their distribution center and the quality of shadows that they were producing. So they've been on the search for a new one, and they have found one. So this Sherlock Holmes, I think it's number 2. It says Book Club number 2, and they have found a new lab with a great organization team that's helping them make really quality products. So that's kind of where they've been. And I guess this packaging they created in 2018, and it's coming out now. I mean, I think that's really great that they didn't just push out a product just to have the product out, that they really wanted to find somewhere they could get some great quality product to give to their customers. So I think I like that. I appreciate that from a company. This is probably not going to be for me. I love Sherlock Holmes, but you can see from like the sneak peek here, it already looks like a pretty neutral palette, and I think it probably is going to be a pretty neutral palette. So it's not for me, but there's a little info on Storybook Cosmetics for you. If you guys were interested in the Gingerbread palette from Too Faced, it is having a Christmas in July relaunch for, I don't know how long it's going to be available. But we're not talking about if I'm buying this or not. I'm not. I didn't buy it the first time around. I'm not buying it the second time around, but it's here if you want it. So there it is. This is Moon Cosmetics. Now this is something I'm interested in. So these are some new shades that they have coming out. I don't know what this collection is called, if they've said what the collection's going to be called. Oh, Moon Cosmetics is a new brand. This is exciting. And their first launch of eyeshadows looks so fun and beautiful. They just have some really, I feel like these are unique shades to what I own and what I've seen. The greens all have some different kind of element to them, different kind of tone. I think the yellow and pink are really pretty. So there you go. Check that page out. That's Moon Cosmetics. They are coming sometime in July. We don't know anything about price. There's not a website up, but it's coming. It is cruelty-free and vegan-friendly. The next one is another new indie brand to me. It is Eunique. It's E-U-N. La Gelateria is the name of the ice cream palette. Super cute packaging. I love ice cream, so I think this is really cute. Even though it's probably gelato, I would guess. I don't know. Anyways, it's really cute, and I'm not picking it up. These colors really don't speak to me at all. It's got 4 mattes, 4 shimmers. It is on pre-order July 10th, shipping July 31st. Ooh, it's kind of expensive. messenger bag. Okay, so that little thing is a messenger bag, so I guess some kind of purse or something. I probably wouldn't use that. Okay, so an order is, so a palette and a messenger bag is $49. I am not seeing the palette on its own. The messenger bag on its own is 27, so maybe the palette's around 25, but it's 25 euro, which is like over 30 US. Definitely not paying that for the palette, but so cute. So another newer indie brand to me. I'm totally saving my coinies, as my 3-year-old would say this week, because there's not a lot that I'm going to be purchasing. Next, we've got something we've been waiting so long for, the Me Glo Cosmetics Vintage Rose Palette. We now have some colors to show. So we've got 4 colors that they have swatched for us. And I was trying to see what the other shades were called. Velvet Petal is one that is not swatched. I'm trying to guess what these other shades are when I don't know what they are. I mean, so far these are looking really pretty. It launches August 30th. Boy, this is really in it. They really started showing that way far in advance, because that was like January or February that I showed the palette outlay. Now we're having some colors in the beginning of July, and it's not releasing until the end of August. That's a long wait. It is going to be $36 for the palette. I don't know if I'm picking that up or not. That is a brand that's on my wish list to try, but we'll have to see what the rest looks like before I decide. So far, I like it, but we'll see what the rest looks like. Then we've got Sydney Grace is launching a new bundle for their Christmas in July sale. Ooh, did I look up Sydney Grace? I looked up Sydney Grace for a 4th of July sale and didn't see anything, so I'll have to keep an eye out for the Christmas in July sale, because they are also a brand I want to try. Although I've tried a lot of new brands lately that weren't on my brands I want to try wish list, so I may have to take some of those other ones off, because that would be a lot. That would be a lot for 1 year to try. This collection, though, I'm not picking up. This is just too many shimmers for me. But maybe this is going to be a bigger bundle, because this is a sneak peek of the new bundle. So maybe the bundle is going to be bigger with some mattes in it. A lot of brands recently are launching all shimmer bundles, and they're all so beautiful. I don't need that many shimmers in. I just don't want a whole set of all shimmers, I guess. That's not what I lean toward. And like, especially when I just got these mostly mattes from Lethal Cosmetics that are gorgeous. I just picked up some new ones from Lickin Beauty. I want to try some new Divino mattes, but I don't know if they're having a sale on shadows anytime soon. Their 4th of July sale was only on empty palettes, which... Alright, next palette is by Peachy Queen. I feel like we just talked about a Peachy Queen palette. So this one is the Summer Bloom palette. I don't know. I already own this palette. Probably over and over again. I feel like they needed one more matte in there and one less shimmer shade. I think it's pretty colors. It's just not a color story that jumps out at me that I want to buy it. So that's not going on my wish list. Let's talk about this. Melt Cosmetics. I have never tried Melt Cosmetics. There has nothing really been from Melt Cosmetics that I just really want to try. But this highlight blush in Genesis is so beautiful. It is a peach with a golden pearl shift to it. This is so pretty. My guess is I already own this. Because I do. It kind of reminds me of the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, I think is what it is. And I love that one. This is so pretty. I'm probably not picking it up because I wonder if it'll be at Sephora. It says coming soon to Melt Cosmetics. It doesn't have anything about a price, but my guess it's not going to be cheap. And blushes are on my no buy for 2019, so I'm not picking this up. But If it were a more affordable brand and I didn't already own several blushes like this, which is probably why I'm so drawn to it, because this is my blush preference, is this corally, peachy, goldeny kind of shade, then I would pick it up. But it's not. I'm not picking it up. This one here, okay, is available on Amazon. This is Milani new Gilded Ember Face and Eyeshadow Palette, $19.99 on Amazon. Isn't that interesting? I didn't know they launched new things on Amazon, but I guess L'Oreal has before, because I picked up L'Oreal, or maybe it was Maybelline lip products off of Amazon before they were at Ulta. This definitely doesn't have me excited in any way, shape, or form. I don't like my face kind of palettes to be with my eyeshadow kind of palettes, and this, I am pretty sure I own all those shades in Colourpop singles already. Not on my wish list, but if you like it, there it is on Amazon. Alright, this one is interesting. The Stila liquid eyeshadows are now coming in a matte formula. I'm not a really keen... Oh, Suede. Multi-dimensional matte liquid eyeshadow. Well, that's interesting. Iridescent pearls add a hidden lift to the formula without adding shine. $24. So, I don't know about this. I just don't know. It looks pretty. It kind of reminds me of a jelly shadow, but it's really expensive for a matte shadow. $24 for one matte shadow. And like the Colourpop jelly shadows and the AMI Hearts Beauty jelly shadows are so much more affordable than this Stila one. However, I really want to see what that formula is like. So as soon as that drops in Ulta, if it comes to Ulta, I will be checking that out. And I know they're probably already on YouTube, people doing reviews of them. So I'm not going to be picking anything up until I feel it, see it, try it, and hear what other people have to think about it. But I'm probably not going to be picking it up at all, let's be honest. That's expensive for a matte shadow. But I think it's really interesting. I think they've got, let's look at the color selection. I think there's a good color selection there. They're not all neutrals. I mean, a lot of them are neutrals, but I really like that periwinkle blue shade. It's called Something Blue. That is really pretty. That would be the one I would pick up if I were to get one. Kylie Cosmetics has a new summer palette out. The only thing I can say about this is at least her palettes are starting to have color in them. Remember when she did all those palettes last year and it was like one palette after another was called something colorful and it was always a neutral palette. At least this summer palette has a little bit of color in it, but so very little that this would not be on my wish list. Once again, a very neutral shade with a couple pops of colorful shimmer in it. Not for me. It says this collection is also going to have some lipsticks, lip blushes, a lip tint with a matte finish, and then 4 shimmer eye glazes, available July 10th. There's really not a lot I want to talk about this week, which is okay because it's the 4th of July weekend, so we've, a little bit busier. I did want to show this. Colourpop just released some new empty palettes. Of course, right after I just purchased a palette, they released these cute palm tree ones, and I want one of those, but I just bought a small palette when I placed my last Colourpop order, so I don't need another one right now, but it is so cute. Ooh, let's talk about this. Este Lauder coming out with some cute, fun packaging. I'm actually very surprised to see this in packaging from Este Lauder, but you open it up and it's some neutrals, some neutral shades. What if the inside of that palette actually matched the packaging? Wouldn't that be fun? It is a collab with I don't even know how to say this. Duro Oula? Who is this? A makeup artist, perhaps? I think this is probably a makeup artist. So fun that Este Lauder is collaborating. I don't think they really do that a lot. And super fun packaging, but the inside is definitely not for me. So I think this makeup artist is maybe a more aesthetically fun person, but then neutral makeup artistry kind of makeup. And that's where the packaging and the inside of the palette come from. Then BH Cosmetics has some more travel palettes. So last year they came out with the, was it a Maui one or Honolulu, some kind of Hawaii one and something else. This one is Barcelona and Greece. Which one is, that's gotta be the, and Saint-Tropez. Okay, so the Greece one is the face palette. The Saint-Tropez one is the only one I'm interested in at all, but once again, I own things like this already and I don't need it. That matte blue is really pretty, but I probably have that somewhere in my collection as well. Not picking that up. I mean, this is a pretty palette, although the shimmers are all very neutral and pretty similar to each other. It's the most pretty of the releases this week, I will say that. Ooh, yes, I want to talk about this. Lucius Lux Collection is releasing, does it say 2 new palettes? 2 new palettes. It's going to be a Gemini series. So they've got the dark Gemini and the light Gemini. Right now they've only shown what the packaging looks like. I actually have on some Lucius Lux Collection lashes right now in Sugar Mama, I think is what I'm wearing. And then I've got some of their palettes. So I've got the Pretty Girl Squad palette, which I love. They have really nice shadows, really good formula. And then I also have an all glitter palette. They've got some pretty good glitters. I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. Sugar Baby is what I'm wearing. And actually their lashes are really nice too. They're easy to reuse. They're easy to clean. They're easy to apply once you get them. Like I kind of had to shape them to my eye roundness, but now they're really easy to apply. They have a thicker band, but a flexible thicker band. Moving on. So I'm really excited to see what kind of color stories she does in those. So that is everything for this week. This might end up being under 20 minutes, which would be super fast for new makeup releases. Okay, looking forward, I should have a new makeup releases up next week, but we are going on a little mini vacation, so I may not, depending on how things pan out. The next week, there definitely will not be one up, but there will be a video on Sundays if it's not a new makeup releases. So just looking ahead to that. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. I appreciate the time that you take out of your day to spend with me. I do hope that you will want to stick around, click that subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!